Hey everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Um, this project that I'm going to do is actually making corsages. I used to do this, oh man, it's probably been 10 years ago that I would do this for my church that I went to, and we would do it to raise funds for Our Ladies ministry. I'm going to show you a couple of examples I've already got done right now. That's, I don't know if you can see that very well on screen. Hold on. I make these where they have, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, an elastic so it can be worn as a wrist corsage. I'll also put a pin in it in case somebody wants to wear it on their dress. That's a lavender and pinky kind of colored one I got done. This one's a peach and a pale yellow. They've all got little ribbons and bows on them. Whoops, sorry. And then this one's a kind of ivory color and it's got little pink, whoop, I almost dropped it, little pink accents. And the ribbon, hold on. It's not cooperating. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna make another one and show y'all how I do this. You can get florals anywhere. I get them from actually a variety of places. I've got florals here from Dollar Tree. I've got ones from Hobby Lobby. I've got florals from Michael's and Joann's. So you can get your florals pretty much anywhere that you like. And these particular ones right here are from Michael's. They have a fantastic sale on their florals right now. So I bought a bunch the other day. My ribbon, hold on, I bought from a local fabric store because I got a lot of different ribbons from 10 cents to 15 cents a piece. There were a couple of them that I had to pay like 39 cents and 59 cents for, but for a yard. I got this white lace for like 10 cents a yard. So a lot of the lace and ribbon and stuff I'll be using is from there, but I do have some from Dollar Tree as well. I don't have any I'm using on my corsages from Hobby Lobby or anything like that. It's just from Dollar Tree and the fabric store. And then floral tape. This is your floral tape. I got it from Dollar Tree. I'm pretty sure you can pick this up. I haven't looked at Michael's or any of those other craft supply stores. I'm pretty sure you can get it there as well. But $1.25 at Dollar Tree for their floral tape is a great price. I also got the floral wire. I won't be using any in this corsage, but sometimes if you have a piece, let me see if I can find a piece that you have a flower that the stem isn't long enough on it. I can't find, oh, here we go. The stem isn't long enough on it for your corsage. You can take floral wire and wrap it here and then wrap it all the way down, extend it and loop it and wrap it back to make a little thing to put it down inside your floral. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute when I show you how to wrap these. Okay, so let's see. To get started, you can make them like just 2 roses with little, I'm sorry, excuse me. You can make them with just like 2, bigger flowers with just some little florals around them. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. I had a little coughing fit. So you can get a bunch of different florals together that are complementary colors, and see to make sure they all kind of go together. Like I've got that one I'm probably going to do for one. Probably going to combine all these for another. That may be a little too many flowers. I may take some out of this to put in the other one. And honestly, you're going to play a little bit around with them to see what works for you. Now, you take your flower and you have to decide first before you clip your flowers. You can make one like this, where the flowers are together and the bows are on the outside and kind of around it. And that kind of makes it better for a wrist corsage. You can do them where the bow's at the bottom. That kind of does better for wearing on your dress or blouse, whatever. But it affects how you clip your flowers. If you're going to do with the ribbon at the bottom, you're going to need a long stem here. If you're going to put your ribbon in the middle, you can put ribbon in the middle between the flowers, or if you're going to put your ribbon on the outside, you're going to want a more centered piece for your stems. So that kind of depends on what you're going for, how you cut your stems. You can adjust them. I've done that. I did that with the white one. You can cut off and re-tape with the floral ribbon. And so you want about, let me see, 3 inches, so that you'll have enough of a stem to have a pin for. And I should have said before we got started everything you'll need. You'll need some wire cutters. You'll need your floral tape. If you have some flowers that are going to need some length on the stem, you'll need floral wire. You need some ribbon, some lace. Lace is really pretty on the bows. I got lace. I got let's see. This is a really pretty multicolored lace. I got this lace. You can use a satin ribbon. Satin ribbons are pretty on them. Just depends on your flowers and kind of the look you're going for. So, alright. Now, when I start adding in florals like this right here, I'm not going to want to just like stick the whole thing in here. But I'm going to measure that right now so I can get the length and cut it in the floor. And I'm sorry for the mess. I've been making corsages today, and there's florals and stuff everywhere. I see these YouTube videos and everybody's so neat and together. That is not me, so it's a mess right now. I would have to have stopped making my corsages and clean up, and I will clean up after I make my mess. So I'm gonna make all 3 of these. And when you're gonna attach these to each other, sometimes I'm going to like remove one, clip it off, and I'll hot glue it somewhere else. But if it's possible to bend it and get it to work, I will do that to get the flowers where I want them to go. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to clip that one off and glue it in. You also, on your items list, you're going to need a hot glue gun, and glue sticks. Sometimes you'll have to bend them kind of. I'm going to take this, put my thumb right there in the base and push and kind of bend it forward a little bit. That wire will bend so that it will, when this wire is laid down, and it's gonna, you want it to where it's gonna look right when it's laying on somebody's shoulder or wrist, and so you want to see the flower. So I'm gonna bend that, twist the leaves where they come out the side just a little bit, and then I'm going to turn these how I like them. Now I may end up gluing them in place if they won't stay where I like them. The main part of this is going to be in the floral tape and the glue. So take me a piece, hold on, this is wound all off. Okay, I'm going to take me a piece of floral tape. I don't ever measure it, but let's see what that about is. About 7 inches. And I take to combine my stems so they're all together. Take and wrap these together with your floral tape. Now, this floral tape, most floral tape usually sticks really well, but for some reason, this floral tape, when I've gotten to the bottom, it doesn't stay. So I put a little drop of hot glue on it to make it stay. I'm gonna wrap these all the way to the bottom. Wrap it where it hangs over a little so you can fold it under. Fold it under to create a little, you don't want the wire hanging out the bottom. Now there are some, when if you make boutonnieres or some of the corsages and they have this particular covering on them, sometimes it's pretty to leave about 1 inch out of the base to show below your ribbon, because your ribbon's going to cover up all of the floral tape. So you want to make your ribbon bow big enough to cover your floral tape, but you can, if you have this pretty, I don't know what it's called, but it's a covering they put on these for bouquets, and you can leave about 1 inch hanging out, and it's really pretty. I'm not going to do that with this particular one. And you wrap and push that in, and then when I get here, because I don't know why this floral tape doesn't hold as well, put a little glue there. And I'm going to tell you, I have burnt myself so many times with this. This is a new hot glue gun, and it's a real high heat hot glue gun. And I peeled my skin off the other day using it. So, got me a floral stem today. Push that down, pull off that excess. I'm probably going to have to add more of the floral tape, so that is not going to matter if there's a little glue sticking out of it right now. So I do with my corsages a lot of playing around with them till it looks just like I want it to. I'm a little OCD with the placement of stuff. Like that's probably going to go opposite, like right in here. But first I'm going to get these and see where these are going. I'm going to clip this one. Sorry, you probably can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to clip this one because it's too long. When I get these where I want them, this is too long, so I'm clipping them apart. And I'm clipping this little wonky thing off there. When going to try to get them facing the same way. Sometimes you can twist these at where it joins and get them pointed both the same direction where you're wanting them to go, and it makes life easier. And then I'm just going to see if it looks where it looks the best. And I kind of like that. Kind of like where that's positioned. And I might pull that behind that there, like that. See? Okay. And get a little more strip of floral tape to hold that in place. See, I lost my grip there and it slid, so I want to get that back where it was. I think I'm going to push it up just a little higher. There we go. I like that. Twisting it all, I kind of lost it there. There we go. Just back behind there again. Sometimes it just takes, even after you get it put together, you're probably going to fuss with it. Just because the other ones I did, even after I was like, I like that there, and then I still kept messing with it till it's just like I want it. Okay. All right, and then do your floral tape. And when you're working with the corsages, you really, I don't have one. They make those protectors for your fingers. I don't have one yet. I need to get one. I just keep forgetting to do that. And I've burnt my fingers so many times on these corsages. But you have to hold spots that on lace or flowers or this floral tape that it will seep through and it will burn you. Alright. So right now I'm just using the stem of that flower, the flowers that I cut off. I always used, until I got this one, using one of those low heat glue guns, one of the littler ones. And so I was always sticking my fingers in it, and which, you know, those get hot too, but not like these do. Alright, now I like that. Now these, I am probably going to take one of these flowers off because I'm probably going to want some down here and some up here. So I think it's going to be like that. And I'm going to move this white one. Oh, that's my scissors. Ah, don't want to dull my scissors by cutting them. Cutting that. I like that. Try to bend them just a little to get them more visible, like I want. feeling it yet. It's just a thing that you're like, yep, that works. You go, nope. No, no, no. Okay, yes, I like that. I wish that I'm gonna put it behind the leaf so it's a little bit closer. Yes, I like that. I like that. Okay. Full tape. I'm actually going to try to remove this sleeve on that so it's not so thick down there at the bottom. Now this is where I'm going to put these, but I am going to try where the flower comes off. I'm going to take it off and twist it to where it's like that, facing forward. Okay, I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to get this secured first. And before I finish all the florals, I'm going to show you how to make a ribbon bow. You can make them different ways. I'm going to use a thicker lace on this particular corsage because I love the kind of vintage, classy look of it. And I'm making these, I've got a booth locally and I'm making these to go in my booth for the proms, the Easter corsages, and for Mother's Day for corsages for the moms to wear to church or out to dinner if you're taking mom out. And that's what I'm doing with these. What made me think of it, because I had forgotten about even doing these, made me think about it. My niece, my great niece technically, my niece had her first dance in January 19th, and I took her to get her hair professionally done because it was her first dance, and I wanted her to feel as beautiful as she is. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk and think about what I'm doing here, and my brain glitched. So anyway, her mama bought her a corsage. It was a live corsage, which you can do this same method to build live corsages. I mean, real flowers. And she spent $30 on a real corsage. It was little white flowers, and it had a rhinestone stretch bracelet. And I was like, I could have done that for you and saved you a lot of money on that. So I told her, I said, if you need corsages again, just let me know. I'll be glad to make her one. And it got so thick it's hard to cut. And those rhinestone stretchy things, you can find those too to make bracelets out of. I didn't do that because most of mine is gonna be lacy ribbon and stuff. You can do they have a stretchy, it's got a stretchy something in between it, but it's got pearls on it, and they have one of the rhinestones. You can buy them. It's more expensive to create it, but I bought, let's see, let me show you before. This from Hobby Lobby, and it is, let's see, 30 yards. So I'm just not going to use all this. And it's super, super stretchy. So that's what I'm putting on, and I tried it out. I tried one on my mom, I tried one on myself, and to make sure that it was good, it held, it was strong enough, and it works. So now I'm going to stop. I'm going to probably add some more florals in here, but right now I'm not sure of how it's all going to look yet. I'm probably going to stick this one down here and some more of these little froofies here. But first I'm going to make the ribbon because I'm not entirely sure, and sometimes when I add the flowers here, it's going to go on top of the ribbon. So first I'm going to see which ribbon I want. I've got this, and it's a white lace with little tiny spots of lavender in it. I'm gonna just roll a little of this out, folding it just to give me an idea of what it looks like with my florals. Because once you sew it and get it going, it's pretty. It's pretty, but I want to look and see what the white looks like. Sorry about that. I forgot to have my windows open, and I live on a highway and there's a lot of traffic and those big trucks coming by. Here in a second I'll pause the video, close that window so that doesn't interfere. And now you hear my washing machine. I am so sorry. I think I like this better for this particular corsage. So, to make the bow, I'm a little OCD and I don't, that unraveled. I've got to fix it. Forgive me. Alright, so you want to measure with your actual corsage what you want the length of your loops to be. It's going to have to look right, and that's you're not going to measure a certain inch or anything like that. You've got to measure it with your florals to see what works. I think that's about right. And me personally, you can hot glue them. I don't do that. I like to make sure if somebody's going to a dance or whatever, that these bows aren't going to fall off. And the hot glue too, if you hot glue every loop, it gets on your fingers. But you know, there may be people that aren't as accident prone as me that can do that. I can't do that. I get glue all over me. It gets in a mess, and so it's just simpler for me to stitch these. You can also use your floral wire to wrap around them. I have done that. This is just my favorite way of doing it. Whatever works for you personally. There are people that I'm sure would rather work with the floral wire or the hot glue. This is just my preference. So I stitch that closed. That's going to be the most stitching because the other pieces, then you're going to take, you measure your second piece, and I'm probably going to, this loop of lace, I'm probably going to turn this the opposite way. That's also why I like to cut the loops so they're not all facing in the same direction, that you can put the lacy little frilly part facing out this way and out this way. To me, it's just what I like. And then cut that. this here, stitch it. I'm just going to stitch it on one corner to this one and on the other corner to the one below it. Alright, and then your next loop, which I'm looking to make sure I don't fold it the wrong way. The next loop is probably going to go there like that, and that looks like a good length. Snip it. And for this particular style of corsage, where it's mostly up here and your bow's going to be here, I'm going to make one that comes to this side, like here, one that comes to this side, and then I'm probably going to make 2 or 3 loops right in the center, or have 3 or 4 of the little florals right there in the center. So I'm going to stitch this one on the corner. This one on the corner. Okay, now I'm going to pause the video on here so that I can finish the ribbon. This is all you do. This is the same way, same method. You can also do it like this instead of one side and another and make the loops in the middle. You can also do it where it's like this and goes in a fan. One of the other ones I showed you was fanned like that, and then you can put some more little flowers around the edge to hide, you know, any of the sewing work and everything. It's just up to you how you like to do yours, and to me, I do them differently on different corsages. I don't do them exactly the same way because they're different florals and they sit differently. So okay, I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna close that window and get this ribbon finished, and then we'll come back for the results. I'd show you how to attach that. Sorry. Okay, so I have this part of my ribbon done, and I want something here in the middle, and so I'm going to take the lace and I'm going to roll it in a little loop, and I'm going to match that arch with that arch so it doesn't, and roll it. Hold on, I don't like that as much. I'm going to match. Let me look at the size. Yeah, that's good. Like that better. So it matches that arch, and then I'm gonna clip it. Now this one I am going to hot glue together, because I'm then gonna hot glue it to this. I want to stay in place and I don't have to touch the hot glue, hopefully. I'm going to take, where did my stem go? And hold that. There we go. Yeah, that worked good. And then I'm going to put a dot of hot glue in the center. And I apologize for my washing machine. You can probably hear it on here, but I had to get my laundry done too. I should have waited to start it. I didn't think about it. That's hot. I'm sorry. Ow. Okay, that's where I need my little stem. I'm gonna push down. Push down. Now maybe it's cool enough. And just hold it there. I'm going to hot glue the back. Big thing of hot glue there. And I'm going to attach it up close to the base of the flower. Press it down. Make sure it is even on both sides. Make sure it's where I want it. Bring it down a little more. Press and hold. I am going to add some more loops in here so it's fuller and like I want it. First, I want to get this in place so I can decide where my flowers here are going to go. I want to hold this and let it dry for a good little bit. Okay. There we go. It kind of got wonky on me. Okay. Now, to decide what I'm putting down here. Kind of like this little blue one down here, like that. Yep. So I'm going to clip this one off of this. I used my scissors. All right, the scissors got to go over there so I don't ruin my scissors. Okay. And I'm going to put hot glue along this. You have to squeeze really slowly because this can get everywhere. I know that because I've did that. Done that, sorry. Okay. Move the little petal because I'm going to put this between them so it has something to stick to. And then I'm going to push it into the location that I want it. Right in there, because I'm going to put some of these little flowers here. So I don't want to. There we go. All right. Just my little loop there. All right. Now, where are those? I also went, while I had this paused, and got some of these. Got these at Dollar Tree, and I can't find them again. I've looked everywhere, and I wish I could find these again. These are great for adding to little sections and corsages and wreaths and all kind of things. So I really wish I could find them. Like, not sure I'm gonna, yeah, see, I like that. But I'm gonna choose this longer one so it'll go down in there where I can glue it without having to use my floral wire. Okay. But first, the little flowers for here. And this part is kind of like putting together a puzzle. You just got to work with it till it fits. See, I like that. I do. And sometimes I'll push it in a little further to see if it looks better closer in. I'll pull it out a little bit to see if it looks better out. I like that right there for the cohesive, and I'm probably going to put some in here, some little flowers as well. Alright, I'm going to play with this a little bit so I don't keep boring y'all with all of my rambling. And I'm going to play with this a little bit and show you the finished piece when I get it done. And see, I have not watched any tutorials on this. I'm sure there's some out there. I've never watched one because I've done this for so long, but maybe I need to see if there are easier ways than what I do. So I may look that up and try that. See if anybody's got any suggestions I have not thought of. So I'm going to work on this and I'll be back. Okay, so the last step after you get your florals done and you get your ribbon attached, and I did add some additional loops of ribbon. I hot glued them together, and then I hot glued them where I wanted them to make it look like I wanted. So there's the ribbon, the sides, so that when it's laying flat, that ribbon looks nice and full. Okay, now your final step is attaching the, sorry, there's hot glue. One step is removing the extra hot glue. Now the next step is to attach the wrist, whatever that you're going to use. I'm using this elastic. It's a velvety filling material. You can use plain elastic, but this is a little prettier, I think. And you're just going to hot glue it behind your stems. When you make a center, let's see if I can get this where you can see it. When I make a center that's wider and there's flowers on each end, I do it around the center. But with wrist corsage, if they decide to wear it as a wrist corsage, you want it kind of centered to where they don't, it's not so heavy, but you don't want it to where it won't lay right. Like, hold on. You would want the ribbon at the wrist. So you want this kind of down in the center of the ribbon. And I hot glue that in place, top and between the leaf there. Okay, that's an awful lot of hot glue. And then I'm going to wrap this around. Make sure it's straight and not curled. And put it on top in place. And you want to make sure it is good and secure. Sometimes, if I'm not positive it's gonna stay, I will take some thread, needle and thread, and sew it to the ribbon or to the leaves or whatever is close to it. Now that's gonna have to sit and dry, and then I will test it to see, to make sure it's gonna stay where I want it, and it's not gonna come off when that elastic is stretched over somebody's wrist. Okay? Now, and then there's your funnel, and I have these corsage boxes. I've got stuff on it. These corsage boxes I got on Amazon. I think I paid around $25 for 50. And they're good quality, and they seal really easy. I'd read some that had reviews that the boxes didn't snap, so I made sure to look at the reviews and get ones that had the better reviews but still were cheaper for my projects. So, oh, and you add, if you want to, you don't have to, but I also add a pin in my box so that those that want to wear it on dress, blouse, whatever, will have that option. And that's the final product. If you try your hand at the corsages, or you've done them for a while and want to share yours, just comment, leave your pictures. I'll be glad to share them, and would love to see them. I love to see people's creative ideas. And thank you for watching. Would love it if you would like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have a lot more crafty things coming. So thanks for joining me on the video. Have a wonderful day.